Say hi, Miss Hairy Monster. You've got so much hair now. The world's not seen you in so long. You want up? Okay. Oh, that's better. That's better. Reagan's gonna get some food in her belly and she'll feel better. She's got some plain yogurt. I mashed up some blueberries in there. She has some bananas and grapes. And then my classic spinach with eggs, just something to have with her eggs. So while I am prepping my dog's food, although I technically already made it, it's just kind of hot. Well, I'm finishing getting my morning ready. I just kind of wanted to give a recap of some of the things that we have been doing since I've not been making videos. It's been a somewhat mixed. So I've been not making videos on purpose. I have been capturing videos when we're out and about, and then sometimes I just don't bring the camcorder at all. But ultimately, I've just been super busy. We've been so go, 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 and I feel that bless you, the months are going by and it's kind of getting a little ridiculous because, as I just showed, Reagan's hair is coming in full speed, and so it's cute, you know, to have family time, but I want to document it. That's kind of my goal. So I need to get back into the groove of things, but I didn't want all the past stuff to go to waste. So while I'm making my morning coffee, let me kind of show you around. So this past weekend, we did a Friendsgiving. We did a very mild Thanksgiving on actual Thanksgiving Day. Both me and my sister flew back in from Florida. I have a nephew who was an only child until basically last week when his little brother finally came into the world. And so because of the strict hospital rules and just everybody in the family was just busy with other things, I had volunteered months ahead to come down and watch whenever baby would arrive. So Erica had tagged along. We were doing other Florida stuff as it relates to the house down in Florida, but then she stayed to give me an extra hand. I was very nervous to watch my nephew by myself with Reagan, but I think just because it's not, you know, it's not part of your routine, and I did have to get him up for school, and I didn't have my crutch. Will did have to be back in Georgia here to be in the office. Okay, go ahead. All right, let's join Miss Reagan Page at the table. Oh, you eat it. Mommy don't need to share with you, but thank you for offering. So one of the things we were gearing up last, I for sure know I had posted, was we had a fall trip planned. It was like an internal goal of mine. Uh-oh. You still eating though? Are you done? I was just started talking. Do you want milk? No. She's been good at shaking her head no, too. This? You want the water? No. I got it all yucky. Here, you want more bananas? All right, anyway, it was always a goal to go out on a fall trip. Yeah. So me, Reagan, and Will, and then we brought Eric and Heather along, of course, they were good, and we all went to Connecticut, but we didn't want to do just that. So we wanted to do New York City because I made the comment, if we are going to go all the way up to New England, family's great, we should see some stuff, and Will had never been to New York City, so I have only had the opportunity of going on trips with my own dad, so I thought, what a more better time. Gross. Gross. Yuck. Uh-oh. No. What a more better time than when we go for our trip. So we did a lot of sightseeing in New York. We got to take Reagan. We flew into Newark, so we strolled around there for a bit in the Jersey City. We went into Ellis Island and Liberty Island. We took the ferry across both states. We did Times Square, the Rockefeller Center, We passed a lot of the famous stores. There's a ton of COVID restrictions, and in fact, you needed your vaccine card to really get into a lot of places, specifically dining facilities. You needed that vaccine card. We did finally go to Chinatown. I have never been before. And we had some ramen down in Chinatown. And we went to Central Park. We rode around in a horse. Let me get a rag. All right, we did the 9/11 memorial. I've also had never seen that before. That was really special. That was humbling. I've never seen those fountains. So there's just something about it that sat with you pretty deep. And then we even went up into the Trade Center to the very tippity top and watched the sunset. And that was really nice. Yeah. And then let's see, what else did we do? Yeah. We went to Wall Street. Of course. Yay! All right. Now what? I think something I have learned is everything is changing all the time with Reagan. So she is moody. It's hard to hide the moodiness sometimes in these video vlogs. What's wrong? I'm just going to kind of jump around to give you the different catching ups, because I think that's going to be the only way we're going to get through this. I've tried to pre-plan it, but I'm not that organized with life going on the way it's been, so we're just going to have to kind of take it at its own speed. It's funny, there's all of these programs, and the one that I happened to stumble upon, I clicked it thinking maybe there'd be something good while I was on YouTube one day, but Reagan actually enjoyed it. Is this Songs for Littles channel, and her name is Miss Rachel, and they have Jules, and they have some other characters and some puppets and whatnot, but she really enjoys it, and they do these different dances, and Reagan moves around. I'm sure if we were watching something like Sesame Street, she'd like it too, but why I like this show is every 3 minutes they're changing scenes, kind of like Sesame Street in that variety show aspect, but we're not necessarily taking the whole hour to tell you about a number or a letter. I think, generally speaking, that was what we had done in New York. I can't recall if there was anything major beyond that we did do. That specific trip, when we did go into Connecticut, we were going to do things like the Mark Twain house. Will was going to be working, so it was going to be me and Erica and Heather, kind of, plus Reagan, walking around. I had looked up what are the best fall views, because it was just me and Reagan hanging out on my birthday. Erica and Heather did their own thing. Like I said, Will was stuck at work. So I had looked up best fall views in Connecticut, and they had suggested going up to the top of Talcott Mountain and doing the overlook. And I had carried Reagan up on a backpack the whole way up. Oh my goodness, that was tiring. It was cold. It wasn't even cold anymore. I was huffing and puffing. I don't even know if I was out of breath because I'm out of shape, which I am, or if it was because it was just that intense. But I made it all the way up, and it was beautiful. And then we made our way down. And then one of the things we had done as a group is we took Reagan out to a kid museum, so she got to play and interact more on her level, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but imagine instead of arcades, it's climbing toys, but something more geared towards their size, so you get the different pretend grocery store shoppings and whatnot, so you get just different things in that realm. So we had done that. We saw family while we were there, and then one of the things that we did want to do is we thought, well, we have a day to kind of fart around. Let's leave Connecticut. There's no reason we have to stay here. And so we decided to go up to Rhode Island, and we did a tour of the Vanderbilt house that they have over there. Me and my sister had toured on a family trip many years ago, the Vanderbilt house, the Biltmore, out in North Carolina. So it was nice to see their summer home out in Rhode Island. And then that kind of sparked an interest because it wasn't too long after that trip. We knew we were flying out of Boston. The problem is Boston was going to be a rainy day, and the forecast when we had picked the flight was unpredictable at that point. It was too many weeks ahead. We were going to do the Paul Revere Trail, just different local Boston type things, mostly a lot of walking. Between the cold and the rain, we decided to still fly out of Boston. We tried to knock out as many little states as we could. That was good. And then when we had gotten home, it was Halloween. You dancing?
Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back.
I don't have the greatest pictures, but Reagan was a little chickie for Halloween. I'm gonna sneak by the TV. I wanna show you these pots. They are starting to fade away now. So I have them up in the windowsill. I'm trying to grow things. I used I used washable paint, and that was so stupid because I didn't spray them with any sort of sealant. So every time I touch them with wet hands, or if I move the pots outside, the paint comes off. But these were part of our Halloween project. Me and Reagan painted a vampire and a scarecrow, and you can't even tell that was a zombie. I'm not sure what that was. This was a candy corn. It's barely there now. I think these two are plain. I hadn't gotten to them yet. And then that was just a yogurt container. But we're trying to grow herbs. And so some of them are sprouting, but they are going so slow. That was something that we were doing. I thought, me and Reagan, to be crafty, to kind of bring in our inner Halloween spirit, and so that helped us get into the mood. And then as we flipped to the official November month, we started doing other projects in the house. So one of them is still on the wall, it needs to come down, is we went to the park and we collected as many different colored leaves as we could, and Reagan was really good. She was handing them to me. And so we made this fall wreath over here, and I used a glue gun and started gluing, like we have scrapbook papers and stuff. I hit down the aisle at the store and got like as many random miscellaneous 99-cent craft things. So between stickers and little papers, that's what we ended up with. And I had used her birthday plate from August, and I cut a hole in it. And then, so just to use the circle, outer circle, and that's what we use as a frame. So it says Happy Harvest. Is that your song? They're so still, are they ill? Wake up soon.
Wake up, little bunnies.
Skip, little bunny, skip, 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 little bunny, skip, 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 little bunny, skip, 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 and stop. Hop, hop, hop. Reagan's so cute. So over here hanging is our thankful turkey. We never did it. We were supposed to write down all the things we were thankful for. We didn't get that far in the project. Yeah. And I think we're just getting ready for the next holiday. One of the things I've been doing that's been keeping me away from these vlogs is, for a good chunk of my free time, I have been working on my father's family website legacy hobby. So to give you some background information, my dad is the programming computer guy of his family. He had a computer back when he was a kid and nobody had known about it, and there wasn't really an educational path to pursue with the actual purpose of, I want to say, going somewhere in computers because it was so new at its time, not like it is today. But he was always very good at it. He knew how to program and do different things. I don't believe, based on the way he always used to spin it to me, that website building is like programming, but it is sort of similar. And so one of the things he had done back when I was a small child is he got a family website. One of the things I have been doing to keep busy is I have been working on that family site. And so once I got all the photos up or available to be pulled down by family members, then it became a challenge to get the videos up. And then after that, it became, well, I mean, heck, this is his site. Let me kind of honor it back to him and let me write a bio for him. And then I don't have a bio or I don't want to include it in his life story, but let me talk about some of his hobbies and then let me talk about this. And so it's kind of been an ongoing project. I have so many started mini projects within this site. As you navigate it, you'll be like, wow, you didn't finish this. Okay, you forgot. But it's been giving me something to do, and it's been giving me a lot of peace just to work on it, I think. I wish I could show him. One of the bigger, more exciting projects I have been working on with it, though, is this family tree. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of people making interactive maps. So to kind of show you an interactive map, somebody wanted to pinpoint on the world all the different places that they want to travel someday. And if you click on any of those points, they'll tell you about why they want to travel there. And I thought, why can't I take this idea, but instead of a map of the world, you'll be clicking on the family tree. And anytime you click on the square of a person on the family tree, it'll tell you about them. And that took too many weekends, but I did it. I don't even know, because I'm not super good with this stuff. I don't really know if the HTML and JavaScript and CSS, I don't know if all those things I layered together are honestly old school methods. I don't even know anymore. But I did do that, and I was able to lean on my grandfather to send me a ton of family data, and so I have that up on there now, and that's been consuming a lot of weekends of my life as well. Mainly the thing that's been keeping us away, and we're just gonna have to go into it at a different time, it's not for this video, is my dad's house. It's been an ongoing project in the background. It's brought us to Florida numerous times, but that's been keeping us busy. And I think because that's been keeping us busy, it's been hard when those weekends that we do have to dedicate time to either going down there or appointments with people or, talking to legal officials or anybody. It's just been time consuming, and it's kind of a burnout to then turn around and hop on camera again. And so I'm very optimistic that all of the hurt and pain that came with this specific piece of my dad's passing, I'm hopeful that at the very least, while that pain might not be removed, at least this stressor will be removed if this isn't something we have to ongoingly handle. And I'm, like I said, with it likely being closed out here in a bit, I'm hoping to be able to give you some more background understanding of what exactly I'm saying without saying too much or too little. I'm going to try to cram these videos out a lot more frequently. I know I say that a lot, but like I said, the things that have been holding up my psyche are really starting to be in the clear. So we should be able to get through these more, and I am sorry, but I appreciate that everybody has still been interested in keeping up in our lives, and we can kind of get back to some basics here. So for now, I'll let you go until next time.